going on, everybody? Welcome to the electric guitar tutorial for Son of God, the live version by Brewster. Let's jump right into it. So today I'm going to be playing through the patch that I created for the Line 6 Helix, Helix Stomp, Helix FX, and Pod Go. That link is down below if you're interested, and if you're going to be playing along through that patch, take the drive off of the patch. The patch is generally more a modern style Brewster tone, but if you just take that distortion off, it'll create this tone. So this song is in the key of D, and back when I first heard this song, this is the first song that I ever heard that was in 6/8. So if you don't know what 6/8 is, number one, it's a time signature, and it gets 6 eighth notes per measure. So normally we count in fours, 1, 2, 3, 4, but we're counting in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That first lick goes like this. It's going to be all involving the D string and the G string. Your D string is open, and you're going to be basically alternating on that 4th fret D string. Starting on the 2nd fret G string, you're kind of like bouncing on these notes with your finger. You don't really want your notes to really ring out. You kind of pull off your finger and choke on each note. And really how I'm achieving that is I'm just pulling my finger off the strings just slightly. So it's going to be a pull off to the open, and then ring finger on the 4th fret D string, and then you're going to pull off to your open D string. Then you're going to play the 4th fret G string to the open G string. Same idea. Then you're going to play your 7th scale degree, which is your 6th fret on the G string. And you're going to play now your 4th fret D string with your first finger. Pinky on the 7th fret G string. So that's kind of your main idea throughout the whole song, and that instrumental will come back. So you're in the first verse, and in the verse, you are pretty much carrying the chords. So there's some cool intricacies there. So your first chord is your D chord, and that is a D5 chord. It's a D5 basically is you're removing your middle finger from a traditional D chord, and you're playing the open E string. And so what a lot of Brewster does, especially in this album, when he plays his D chords, he plays them like this, because you're not using your middle finger, you're resting it on the low E string, and then you're set up easily for your G chord, because your middle finger is pretty much already there. So these two chords really touch on what I go over in my course, and they're called anchor points. And basically what that is they're shared notes within a key that you're playing in that gives you the optimal changing positions for your chords. So like, for example, this would be an anchor point, having your D chord set up like this, because your very next chord is going to be your G chord. So in my course, I go over all of that in every single key. So if you're curious on how to play your chords the most efficiently, especially in a church worship setting, feel free to go and click the link down below for that PDF and course. So the verses have a very specific picking pattern. Like I said, we're in 6/8, so the picking pattern has a little bit different feel. It's a little bouncy, and it has a little bit of a swing to it. So it kind of has that down, up motion, kind of skipping alternate strings. So here's where it has a hammer-on pull-off deal. So this is an A sus chord. And how I play it is I keep my ring finger there. It goes back to the anchor points. So like my common note between these three chords is my ring finger, and that doesn't move. So that actually allows me to not really have to look at the guitar, and I can feel, and my hand is still anchored to the fretboard, and I can use that to pivot between my chords. So I start it that way. And then it's a hammer-on pull-off. I'm going to play that slow again. So you're going to play your D chord to your G to your A sus. And then that second half of that progression, you're going to go to your D over F sharp. Looks like this. So it's still that D5 shape, only you're going to adjust your fingers so that your first finger is on the low E string on the second fret, and your middle finger replaces your first finger on the second fret G string. So it goes. On that first verse, there's a cool lick. It sounds like this. So that's just a blues lick. And like I said, we're in the key of D, so we're right in that pentatonic area. So it's going to be a slide from the A string, 7th fret to 9th fret. And then you're going to bar your D string, G string, and B string. And then you're going to hammer on to the 9th fret G string. Pull off, keep your finger barred, and then you're going to play your ring finger D string, 9th fret. And then you're going to hammer on from your first finger A string on the 7th fret to the 9th fret. So what's really crucial is you get that upstroke on the G string on the 7th fret on that bar that you're playing before you do the hammer onto the. Then you're back to chords. So at the end of the verses, you're going to build on that D chord. So I'm actually switching over from my neck pickup to my bridge pickup. For this whole live album, pretty much, Lincoln Brewster's on that neck pickup. But for the choruses, we're going to switch to our bridge pickup. It gets that nice, like, kind of rock, chimey kind of sound. So we're going to go to our G chord. Then we're going to go to our 3 chord, which is our D over F sharp. Back to our G chord. To our A sus chord. Back to our G chord. Go to our 6, which is our B minor 7. It's very similar to our F sharp, D over F sharp chord, only your first finger is going to be on the A string 2nd fret. And then you're going to start picking this part. The same picking pattern as your verses. So that last part, I'm going to play that again. So it goes B minor, A, G, D chord. But you're back into the intro. So in verse 2, Lincoln Brewster is kind of in a mid-range position, and that position looks like this. So I'm going to kind of go over the different chords. Your first chord is your G chord, which is going to be your open D string, your ring finger on the 7th fret G string, and your pinky on the 8th fret B string. And I'm pretty sure he's using his fingers on this to cluster pick, and because he's chiming 2 different notes at the same time. So your first chord is your G chord, second chord is just your D chord. That's going to be your ring finger on the 7th fret and pinky on the 7th fret B string. Then this is going to be your A chord. You can play it 2 ways. You can either play like this, like a D2 chord, ring finger on the 7th fret, pinky, first finger on the 5th fret B string. So I'm going to go into the verses. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow the melody. Then that's where it gets interesting. It's a pull off with your pinky from the 7th to the 5th fret B string. And then a hammer on. So then there's another prominent lick in there. It sounds like this. That's just a slide up from the 10th fret B string with your ring finger and the 9th fret G string. Slide up 2 frets to the 12th and 11th, and then back down. And then you're going to resolve back to this position again. And then you're going to go back down to playing chords to build into that second chorus with your D over F sharp. Switch to your bridge pickup. And then you're into the chorus. So then after the second chorus, you're back into that interlude part. And then after that, you're going to drop down, go to the bridge. And the bridge is a series of licks, and it's very similar to how the verses are. Same positioning. All right, so I'm going to go over just a series of licks that are played throughout that bridge part. And that first one is just a lead up to the second part of the bridge. And that's just another slide up. It's going to be a slide up from the 7th fret to the 9th fret A string. You're going to bar your 7th fret. D string, G string, and B string. And then you resolve back to your position here. So the second lick is going to be very similar to a lick that you played in the first verse. just like a flutter pick. So instead of a, it's going to be just kind of your pull-offs going haywire there on the G string and the D string. Then it's kind of a slide off. Then you're back into the bridge. So then there's a third lick at the end of the bridge. You're almost in the chorus, but it sounds like this. So it's just going to be a series of slides starting on the 7th fret G string, all on the G string, and then you're going to incorporate your open D string at the same time. So it's going to be 7, 6, 4, 2. And I'm just doing all downstrokes. You can do also all slides and not all downstrokes. You could do that as well. So then at the end of the bridge, you're just going to be building, and it's going to be, I'm going to go over that drop. So it's down, down, up, down, up, down. Then you're into the chorus. And at 4:52, there's a harmonic thing that happens. I don't know if Lincoln Brewster's playing it or it was recorded later, but it sounds like this. So it's just, a harmonic is basically you're hovering your finger over the fret, not the middle part of the fret, but actually over the metal part. So it's going to be the 12th fret, D string, G string, and B string. Just hovering right over that note. And then over the 7th fret. Same strings. Then at 5 minutes, there's an electric part that goes like this. So it's all on the low E string, starting on the G note, 3rd fret. So it's 3, 5, 7, and then 9, 10, back to the 5th fret, low E string. Then you're back into the chorus chords. There's going to be 2 outros. There's going to be the first outro, and there's going to be the second one after the band drops. Everybody thinks the song's over. Wow, the song's over. And then we jump in to the second outro, the big band jam at the end. So I'm going to go over that first one. So it starts off the same, and I'm going to kick on a drive if you're using the patch. Kick on the Stupor OD. It's going to sound like this. I'm just going to go over that part first. So that first note starts on the 9th fret, G string, and D string is open the whole time. And I'm using my middle finger. I'm using my middle finger to mute these low strings because you're going to want to dig into those. So 9th fret, 11th fret, 12th fret. So that's where it's all down, up, down, up, down, up. Twelfth fret, 11th fret, 9th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, 2nd fret. Back up to the 12th fret. Play it again. Then here's where we play the fast lick. So that last note is on the 7th fret, G string, and then we're going to play this sort of pentatonic lick. So I want to play that slowly. So it's going to be your first finger on the B string, 7th fret. That's going to be a hammer-on. 7th fret to the 10th fret. Then 7th fret, high E string. That's going to be a hammer-on to the 10th fret, high E string. Pull off to the 7th fret. To the 9th fret, high E string. Back to your B string. Pull off to the 7th fret. To the 9th fret G string. To the 10th fret B string. To the 7th fret B string. Then you're going to resolve on the 7th fret G string. Then you're going to bend from the 9th fret, just a half step up. And that's going to all be pull-offs from that point. To the 7th fret, to the 9th fret D string, to the 7th fret D string. And then we're back into the... And then this is where you resolve on your big D chord. This is the first ending. Everybody thinks the song is over, but it's not. So in the midst of all that trash can ending, he plays that part again. That might be familiar if you came from the Majestic tutorial that I went over. That song is played in the song Majestic. So it's just that same idea again. Open G string, slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret, middle finger, and you're going to play your 4th fret, D string, and your D string, G string, and B string are going to all be played, and then your first finger is on the 3rd fret, B string. Slide on your D string to the 4th, or 2nd. Then you resolve on your D5 chord. Okay, now we're going to creep into the second outro, and the hi-hat starts going with the drummer, and then Lincoln comes in with this. Okay, so it's pretty much the same thing, only it's going to be all downstrokes. So that lick right there, it's going to be 7, 6 to the 4, then open G string, and then you're back into that lick that's been played every interlude. So after that first pass, there's going to be a sliding lick that's going to be different. It sounds like this. So it's... Then you're playing that part over again. Then there's going to be a massive descending lick. Sounds like this. So that first part starts with your pinky on the 17th fret, high E string, to the 14th fret, E string, to the 12th fret. It's going to all be pull-offs. Or you can do an upstroke on that second note, that 14th fret. to the B string, 15th fret, to the 14th E string, to the 12th E string. So it's going to be to the 15th B string, 12th fret, to the G string, 14th fret, 15th B string, to the 12th. So I'm going to play that slowly. That's your first position. Then your second position is in your pentatonic scale. In the pentatonic scale position, starting on your first finger on the 7th fret E string, to the 10th fret B string, to the 7th fret B string, to the G string, 9th fret, to the 10th fret B string, to the 7th fret B string. So you're going to be on your 9th fret G string, to the 7th fret G string, to the 9th fret D string, to the 9th fret G string. It's a weird bar there. To the 7th fret G string. And then to the 7th fret G string again, to the 9th fret D string and 7th fret D string. So I'm going to play that really slowly. So then after that really fast lick, then you play your intro part again. That part's a little different. Starting on the 7th fret G string, to the 9th fret, to the 11th fret. It's going to be a slide to the 10th fret B string. So after you play that slide part, you're going to go to the bend part, and that takes place on the 21st fret. So it's going to be 21st fret G string. You can either use your ring finger or your middle finger. And I know for a fact he has 22 frets on his guitar. So that first bend's going to be on the 21st fret G string. G string bend to the 23rd, I guess. Resolve to the 19th fret G string. Hammer on to the 21st. Then there's a back and forth. It's going to be down, up, down, up, down, up. So that second bend, you're going to use your middle finger. So it's going to be a bend, and then you're going to put your ring finger on the 22nd fret if you have 22 frets. So that's how you're changing the notes there. It's going to be a one bend, and then you're going to add another finger to the 22nd fret. Then it's going to be a bend on the high E string from the 21st to the 22nd. Then it's going to be another bend, but it's going to be your ring finger. And then he's going to do his signature move. It sounds like this. He's just going to carry that out. So it's going to be ring finger on the 21st. It's going to be either a whole step or half step bend, depending on how you feel. And it's going to be all up bends. And it's going to be heavy on the picking. To the 19th fret. To the 21st fret. D string. And then 19th fret D string. So that on the G string from the 21st to the 19th is going to be a pull off. And then you're going to finish it off with that bend on the 21st fret to the 22nd. I'm going to play that part up to speed. Okay, so then he's into the next part, and that part sounds like this. Go over that first part. It's going to be all between the high E string and B string, starting with your middle finger on the 17th fret high E string. Instead of, pressing and releasing, you're going to bounce back and forth between notes. So it's going to be 17th on the high E string and 15th on the high E string. So that first note is on the 19th fret B string to the 15th fret. And that's going to be the same, pretty much the same pattern, it's just octaves up. Now you can either choose to pick all of it or do hammer-ons and pull-offs. So that second chord is going to be on the 19th fret to the 15th fret E string, and then the 19th to the 15th fret B string. Then this is going to be a stretch to the 21st high E string, to the 15th fret E string, to the 15th or the 19th fret B string, to the 15th fret B string. And then it's going to be a fast flutter. Just going to be faster than what this part is. So you're going to want to pick that high E string. And you could do pull-offs on your B string. Then you're going to do more hammer-ons and pull-offs on the second time around. So that's going to be hammer-on from the 17th to 19th, pull-off to the 17th, and then the 15th. Then the next one is that's a weird one. So you're going to hammer on to the 21st fret, high E string. Then you're going to play the last part like normal. You're going to end on that G note on the 15th fret high E string and then end it with the final D5 power chord. So I'm going to play that final part again. So the song is still not over. We've got more stuff. So within that trash can, Lincoln comes and starts playing octaves. So that first octave is on your first finger on the 5th fret A string, and then 7th fret pinky G string. And it's that exact shape. You're going to use the rest of your fingers to mute the other strings. And it's going to be all down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's... And you're going to have to engage your inner Corey Wong rhythm guitar player action, because you're going to kind of let your hand go loose. And then I'm going to use my first finger as reference, and you're going to take that exact same shape and follow the scale. So it's going to be first finger on the 5th fret, A string, to the 7th fret, to the 9th fret, to the 10th fret, to the 12th fret. And then you're going to jump up to the 17th fret. And then apply that picking pattern. After that, you're going to jump to that same bend you did in the solo second outro. Starting on the 21st G string. And then you're going to play that same lick again. Then you're going to walk down the scale. So you're going to go. So it's going to be 21st fret all the way down until you get to your final 2 notes. So it's going to be a bend, 21st, G string. And then it's going to be... So it's going to be 21st to the 19th, G string. 21st to 19th, D string. And then 21st to 19th, A string. It's going to be a slide with your ring finger to the 17th or 19th fret, A string, and then resolving on the 17th fret, A string. Then that final part, again, is all octaves, and it's all slides. Okay, I'm going to reference the A string, first finger, starting on the 17th fret, A string, to the 16th. So it's going to be a slide to the 10th fret, or 14th fret. So it's going to be a slide from the 17th to the 16th, to the 14th, to the slide up to the 16th, down to the 12th, to the 14th, to the 10th, to the 12th, to the 9th. It on a big final D5 power chord. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, feel free to hit the thumbs up button. And if you're looking to dive deeper into the knowledge of the electric guitar, feel free to sign up for my one-on-one Zoom lessons. Link down below in the description, and we'll see you in the next video.